Good day, Sanmonani, good people. Hello, this is Yanga, the MC. I'm coming to you once again on this Saturday, hoping you are you have had a wonderful week. Thank you again for coming in. Thank you again for tuning in to another episode with myself. And I do have a guest today. I'm very excited about this because it's almost a guest, it's almost a friend, it's a colleague, and in the one industry that I'm actually really trying to penetrate and trying to get into and trying to make that emphasis and change right now. It's a very delicate part of my life, and these are one of the people, or this is actually one of the people who's actually really taken me by the hand, if I can put it, and who's really shown me here and there how to go about things. But I'll introduce him as the time progresses. Ladies and gents, again, thank you for making sure that you are coming in. Thank you for making sure that you are visiting us on our socials. We are seeing you on our socials. We get your interaction. This is awesome. This is always great because it gives you that kind of push and knowing that you are with us every step of the way. So thank you for that. Even the support, even making sure that other people are knowing about us, etc., etc. It's all that you are doing. And we really appreciate you. We really appreciate you. We really appreciate you. So for those who are not sure, I'll just mention this one last time. No, in fact, it's not the last time because next week I'll be here and I'll mention it again. I make sure I mention it because it's also fundamental. We are available on all our socials, ladies and gentlemen. We are there on TikTok. We are there on Facebook, YouTube. We are there on Instagram. We are there. We actually have a WhatsApp number that I'll just also get a hold of and maybe give you at the end of the session. But make sure that you find us. Make sure that you listen to us. There's shows every day of the week. This is how much we've grown. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, there is soul food. Okay. So yeah, thank you, ladies and gents. So today, I feel like if I had it my way, I'd get the beats and I'd get everything introducing to you. You know, that's the kind of introduction I would have probably preferred for the person I'm interviewing today. So, ladies and gentlemen, with me today, I have a guest, a friend, a colleague, as I say, goes by the name Ayo Songwa. Putwam, how are you?
Good evening, Mr. Anna. How are you, sir?
I'm good. And yourself?
I can't complain. All is good. All is going smoothly, and it's quite an honor to be in this platform today. Actually excited. I can't wait for our interview to start, and because I believe we've got a lot to share since we are in the same industry.
Yeah, definitely. As I say, a lot of people will probably ask, what are we even talking about? So I'll do this. Let's not first get right there, Ayo. So a lot of people, okay, let me just put it out there. I'm speaking to MC Odumo, ladies and gentlemen. I know him by his name, so you would probably know him with a different name. He is one of the best, if not the best in the industry. So this is one of the people, as I say, who's taken me in and who's made sure that I'm in this journey and I'm doing as well as I am. So yeah, I'll talk to you about that. But I think let's just start from the beginning. Let's just unpack you first and foremost. Maybe if you can tell our listeners who Ayo is, maybe a bit about your background, a bit about your upbringing, etc. And just let the people know you more.
Right. My name is Ayanda Shongo, but my friends, they call me Ayo. But my stage name is MC Wodumo. Born and bred in Mlazi. I went to... I've always asked myself, why everybody, when they introduce themselves, they'll just say, I went to... Then they mention the high school. So I went to Etoli Sukache. Then I went to Esawena. And then I completed my matric as well, band, J section. Then I moved to Hard College and then I moved to Hard College to study performance, which I was majoring with voice. I come from a family of singers. when we were growing up in my family, I was actually thinking about this earlier. My uncle used to own a keyboard and a sound system. So every Friday we would connect the sound system. And then my mother would sing, his sisters, and then like the whole family would sing. But I was the only one who was not sure what I wanted to do, in such a way that even my sister was always won in church when we had to compete for singing. So I grew up with the pressure of saying, listen, I want to be a singer when I grow up, But one thing that I learned along the way while I was growing up and then singing, it was the confidence.
Okay, yeah.
It's the confidence that pushed me towards the whole emceeing side of things. But for those of you, just to quickly wrap it up, like the background, most people started knowing me when I went to Pretoria to sing for a company called Opera Africa. We were doing an opera titled Princess Makoko. So I was one of the soloists there. We traveled the world with Abos Bongile Kumalo and some other soloists who lived in Pretoria. So that was when my life really, really, really changed. Because I had a gospel background. So, and then when I was introduced to classical music in high school, and then I started changing, I wanted to add more in my music because I felt like gospel was not enough. So, and then I did opera studies, then I went to Pretoria. When I came back from Pretoria, I think I stayed there 5 years. Then when I came back from Pretoria, like me, the auditions for I Want to Sing Gospel, I think it was season 2.
They still have those competitions, I think.
Yeah, it's still around. And then, like me, I was in the top 16. And then, unfortunately, I did not get like the extra prize. But I did get the limelight that I needed. And then quickly after that, it was Clash of the Choirs. Yes.
Yeah.
My life changed. My life changed forever. Those 3 months on TV and actually winning the competition with the team.
Yeah.
And then I think before I went for Clash of the Choirs, before I went for Clash of the Choirs, I met TheMc Shalemba G. He was actually passing by, and I was working for a company called Albany. Albany Bread?
Yeah, okay. Yes.
Yeah, I was doing promo for them around Township. So we had a mini truck and then a stage, and then I'd shout, I'd dance and do. And then when I was passing, I was like, I thought there was someone talking in the radio. So it was actually you talking on the live or like on microphone, and you were live. I'm like, yes, it was me. He was like, wow, your voice. Are you an MC? I'm like, no, no, I do MC, but I don't do it professionally. He was like, I want to work with you.
And right there, just like that.
Yes, I remember I used to charge people. Let me say these figures, Yanga. I know you're gonna laugh at this. No. I used to charge 300. I used to go to weddings and charge 300. Can you believe it? But then the potential that he saw in me and the limelight that I got from Clash of the Choirs, because he saw me, then I went to Clash of the Choirs. When I came back from Clash of the Choirs, we had won. So people like to see people in their events that they see on TV or that they hear on radio.
Very true.
So then my life changed. I decided that no, I want to be. There was Babe Sotum. I met Babe Sotum, and then I think it was a church thingy, and then she was like, "I second MC Otum." It was a joke, and then I took it serious, and then I changed my name to MC Otum, and then couple the following stuff.
And that was the birth of MC Otum.
The rest was
man, no, thanks, Ayo.
Yeah, man.
Quite a mouthful. So that's actually was going to be my next question, but you've actually given me somewhat of an elaborative story of how the brand came up, how, the brand was born. So, but in your talk, I find that there's a lot of parallel talk with how you grew up and how you almost everything that you mentioned talks around your home, your religion, and, your belief. I'm looking at that kind of talk. You want to put me somewhere along those lines? I'm just curious there. You sound like you very in touch with your religious side as well, are you?
Yeah. To be straightforward, I'm a Christian.
Yeah.
I was born in a family that respects Christianity,
Mm-hmm.
and in a family that adores Christianity. In such a way that we'll take routines, if like every day at 9:00, it was prayer time. And then we'll take routines. If you were leading a song today and then 2 days later you're reading a script and then you have to say something about that script. Because we were being taught how to be disciplined. And there's a lot of discipline in the Christianity that we were brought up in. I was brought up in faith mission, apostolic faith mission. I'm sure most of you would just, say, oh, we know that, we know that church. So I was brought up in the apostolic faith mission. That I think that bringing up in the church, it has played a major role, because even when sometimes you find yourself in certain situations, or you find yourself in almost doing certain things, and then you remember what you were taught and how you were brought up. You see, the discipline.
Yeah, I'm with you.
Yeah, the discipline, it goes a long way. Tinabe shower Sunday school.
No, that's the thing. I just that, as you mentioning it, it's also something I also take a lot in when I think about who I am, how I am, and where I am. I always find and want to contribute it to, the grace and the love of the Lord first and foremost, because not only was it taught, but when you understand now what He is and how He is to us, what He really has in terms of His plans for us, it's very hard to derail. And I also want to mention how that almost plays such a huge role. I think you maybe agree with me somewhere along the line here. A lot of the people who are going in and looking at, wedding MCs, for example, and other types of occasions, when they notice a degree of gospel in you, as much as they seeing that entertaining and other aspects in terms of bringing, or maybe being in tune with the latest vibes and everything. But that aspect almost takes a lot of people to that kind of decision of saying, that's who I want to work with. So that's why I really, really want to relate to that aspect right there.
It's Yanga, it's the worship. I've decided to, whenever I'm having a meeting with a client, that when we're planning a wedding, I know some clients, they'll say, I want my wedding to be entertainment, one way, jazish. And some clients would say, I want a balanced wedding.
Yeah.
And then some clients would say, for example, this past weekend, we had a wedding, they said to me, we saw you worshiping somewhere, and we want that worship. There was joy, there was excitement still in the worship. You understand?
True, that's very true, because there is joy in worship.
And then I realized how powerful worship is. You understand? Because it just made the wedding to be very easy. Everything was flowing after that, because we had invited the Holy Spirit to be with us. I was skeptical about it, because I was thinking, it's been a while since I've done a wedding that requires it doesn't require me to sing other songs. They just want gospel songs. You understand? But I promise you, Yanga, I don't even regret it.
Yeah. So that's fine. So Ayo, So Ayo, let me do this now. So I want us to then talk about when the brand has been formed. So MC Odumo is now a household name. When people talk about occasions, events, I've seen you doing corporate events, you're doing social events, you're doing weddings, etc., etc. But now, when people are talking about the brand, people really just look at it and they watch how successful it has or is, if I can put it that way. But maybe if you can introduce us into some of the challenges that maybe you've come across in the journey to where you are now. Give us a picture of something like that so that maybe we also find, I'm never one who wants to just talk about the positives. There are negatives and they are there so we can learn from them. And I always want to give out that picture so our listeners are also taking in that kind of info. So maybe give us the type of challenges that you've encountered in your journey up until this point.
Yeah, I'll say the first challenge was the fact that there were other big names, which I wouldn't mention. But there were other big names, and then people started saying, hey, "Who's this now, Waban?" And then I'm trying to bring something new. The whole 1, 2, 3 for sure thing, and then some people are like, "Aye, does he have to do this all the time?" What, Yabon? And then the back of my mind, I was saying, I'm trying to push it, I'm trying to introduce it. That was when I came up with this whole thing of calling the bride and the groom and like the whole entourage in the front, and then we dance like the whole team. And the thing was never planned. And then sometimes you'd find people saying, we don't like this, they don't like this. But I never gave up on it because it was my own thing, it was my own baby. You see? And then you'd find that one of the challenges would be the other big names. We're getting all the gigs. Sometimes I'll get 2 gigs a day. And when you're trying to rub shoulders with them, because I used to attend weddings before. The reason why I'm speaking mostly about weddings is because it is what we do the most. So when you try and rub shoulders with them, like for example, let's say I've been booked to come and sing at a wedding, and then when I go there, there's a bigger name, then my name is an MC. And then when you try to rub shoulders with them, they'll always give you a cold shoulder. I don't know whether it was fear of the unknown or it was fear that if I give this guy a chance, he could be bigger than I am, you see. And one of the challenges also, it's keeping time and moving around, because while you're trying to push the brand, you'd end up double booking yourself. Saying,
the schedule.
If I've got a wedding at 9 a.m. in the morning, I can take another wedding at 4 p.m. You see, and then you end up fighting with your clients because now you're late on the other client, and then the client started late. It became a huge mix. It becomes a huge mess. Sorry. So the biggest challenge would be standing firm on your brand, saying this is my brand, this is what I believe in, this is what I want to do. You understand? For example, I said to myself, most of the MCs, they can't sing. Like when I got into the industry.
I hope I'm not included in that list, are you right?
No, I'm talking about when I got into the industry. And then the negativity that was coming. And then, I said to myself, okay, let me just dance, and then bring my backing tracks. And then Papa MC wants to do everything.
But you stuck by.
And then some. And then some would say, I can't book this guy. He wants to be so and so.
Yeah.
Not knowing that in life we all have role models. If we are, for example, if you are my role model, I would want to take a few things from the things that you do in order for me to build my brand. You understand?
I'm with you.
So there's a lot of negative things that one has been through, especially when it comes to criticism, and especially after work, because there's always those people who are going to criticize you. But what I've learned is, if you want to build your brand, build it the way you want it to be, because that's how you're comfortable. For example, I no longer come with prepared jokes when I go to a wedding.
Yeah.
I just sit down, or to any event for that matter. I just sit down and listen to the guest talking. I pick up a point. I make a joke about it. You get me?
That's the flow that you've integrated now into your delivery. Yeah.
And then the band came.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, man. Then the band came. There was also criticism about it. Why is he bringing the band now? Why is it a 4-piece? Why is it not a 5-piece? Yo, why are they dressed like this? Why do they dress in suits? Bands don't dress in suits. But because I wanted to bring class into the whole thing, MC, I said to my team, let us wear suits. People are going to criticize us for wearing suits, even if we wear one set of suits for the next 3 or 4 weddings. For other weddings, we're going to buy new suits. Because people will criticize anything and everything, even if it's a small thing. But if you are building a brand, you mustn't give up on it.
Thanks, Ayo. I think this would probably even talk to each and every industry that someone is in. I'm not sure what someone is busy with, but if you are busy with something, and if you are building something that you believe you have already context and then what you want and see for it, stick to that. And as much as you are open to being fine or to fine tuning, but the crux of it is what you've seen from the very beginning. And if you've started it, might as well go the entire route with it. So thanks. I think our time will probably limit us.
Oh, so we're done now.
No, we're not done. Just that I'm just going to move on so that we do get to get more from you in other areas as well. So thanks for that, Ayo. Maybe so I'm looking for something now for us to maybe plant the kind of seeds that I'm hoping that the youth that are listening to this set will take from it, even if it's not specifically in the entertainment scene, because we are obviously going out and entertaining and doing this, but whoever is busy with whatever they are busy with, I'm looking for you to maybe give me something that they can then take and maybe they can put in their cupboard using from this specific episode. What would you want to say, Ayo, to that young one who's also growing up, who's busy with something, but life is just being life to them?
Well, I would say, first things first, you are your own journey. You can have friends, you can have family, but you are your own journey. You can have people surrounding you and they want to advise you. I like the mentality of a camel. A camel lives in a desert. But when it finds a pond or when it finds some water, it drinks the water, then it stores the water in its body because it doesn't know how long it's going to be in the desert. Why am I saying this? I'm saying this because as the journey goes by, you'll get a lot of advice. But you ain't going to use all those advices at the same time. Some you'll need, some you won't need. Because your own journey requires you to move in a direction. Why am I saying this? A lot of people after Clash of the Choirs came to me. Hey, you are a brand. Go and record a CD. I'm like, no, you must go and record your own CD. We will buy it. if you had 8 million viewers to 13 million viewers every Sunday for 3 months watching you on TV, you are now well known. You don't just wake up. You don't just wake up the following morning, then the brand is perfect. You have to stick by your principles. Yes, do take advices from people because take advices from people, but do know what's your decision, you understand that your dream better. Because, for example, if I had gone and recorded the city after Clash of the Clans, that was 2014 or 2013, if I record, I think I would have made a huge mistake. Do not let people put pressure on you and put pressure on you because of your brand.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
We see you. Mina, I worked for some year for almost 6-7 years.
Okay.
I had to learn the trick along the way. You understand?
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes you gotta sit down and learn from those who have walked the walk. Sit down and learn from those who have walked the walk, so that now you know this is what I could be facing, or this is what I'm going to face. As much as our life will never be the same. But if in general, you need to take advice. You need to listen to people. Listening is a very good skill, and it is a very hard skill to obtain. You need to listen over and over again, so that now you won't take drastic and rushed decisions. Because drastic and rushed decisions, they'll totally destroy your brand, totally destroy your dream. For example, if you're still in high school or in school or in varsity, and then you've got a test next week Friday, and then your friends say, let's go to Cubana on Wednesday. You know what you have to do. You know what's correct. Sit at home and study because you've got a test. You ain't gonna pass the test if you just gonna go to Cubana. Those who go to Cubana and go to clubs and enjoy themselves to Maxis or it is simply because they have made it. They're spending the money that they've studied and worked hard for. Some people abafundile, but they work hard for it to get the money. When are you still in the process of making the money or working towards the money? So don't do things that are not right now. Have correct timing of your life, correct timing of the things that you want to do. I think I've said enough. Once you master the timing, I promise you'll never go wrong. When I was young, I did this into saying that. When I grew older, I started doing things of that age. Now I'm in the stage that I am. I'm doing things that are being done. I can't go back and do things that are being done by a toddler.
True, very true. Very true. No, this actually was just taken by the kind of example you gave, but everything that you've mentioned, my brother, everything that you've touched on, I'm sure if you are listening and if you are taking and you are looking at the type of challenges you're going through and looking for the solutions that I don't know what kind of solutions you're looking for. The basis is something that more or less we've heard today. I'm fully behind everything you are saying. Listeners, it's all up to you. Your journey can only be defined by you. A lot of people think that the people next to them are actually the type of, or maybe the catalysts that they would require for their journeys to prosper. However, they're finding out the wrong way that was not the case. Everything that is in line for you is in your hands. And then I like how you also touched base. It's not all the mistakes that you will need to make. It's sometimes mistakes that other people have made that you will need to learn from. So end of the day, you do need to sit down, analyze, have a look at what has MC Odumo done in this journey that I'm probably also looking at going at where he's going, but I'm not going to do that because maybe it's not in line with what I'm busy with and where I'm going. And just make sure you base everything that you're doing to the Lord because he does not disappoint. So that's everything in the crux that I'm hearing and that I've taken, and I'm just hopeful that our listeners are also taking it. So Ayo, maybe I'll need to make this call so that we do end this session because of our time. But before I do let you go, where can our listeners get to see you? Where can they get to view this famous MC Odumo, some of your work? And even if people would be interested in then booking you afterwards, how do they go about that?
All right, thanks, man. Before I even go there, to everyone who's actually worked with me and booked me and used my services, thank you very much.
Yeah.
And to you, my friend, before I even say how people want to find me, thank you. I bless the day we met. We've shared a lot. Now I'm learning from you, you're learning from me, and we're starting to work together and some other events. You know, it's such an amazing opportunity, and I thank God for it every day. My people, do not forget to pray. Every day, pray. Every day, pray. Pray changes things. So for those of you who want to follow me, I am MC Odumo. It's one word. I nearly said it in Zulu. MC Odumo. It's on Facebook at MC Odumo, on Instagram at MC Odumo, on TikTok. Thank you for introducing me to TikTok, my friend. At TikTok, it's also at MC Odumo. But in a few weeks to come, we'll be changing. If you want to find us also, it's Bestman Band. Facebook, it's Bestman Band on Instagram. We're still working out on our pages because the brand has to grow. It has to grow. I started as an MC, now I've got band, I've got sound. So the whole team is called the Bestman Band. So our pages, will be uploading a lot of videos there. We'll be uploading videos when we work with Yanga, when we work with Simon Zama, when we work with whoever that we're working with. Everybody's work will be found on the page, which will be the Bestman Band page. And yeah, that's it. If you want to book me, you can DM me. It's either on Facebook or Instagram, or call personal call on 061 903 7877, or alternatively it's 061 403 0364. Yes.
Okay, so that would be it, ladies and gentlemen. Maybe I'm going to let Ayo slip away from me now. Thank you very much. It's a very good friend of mine, as I say. I'm learning a lot from him. A lot of people who think they've seen a lot of Yanga the MC, well, maybe go have a look at him. You'll actually see what he has to offer as well. So thank you, Ayo, for being with us today. Ladies and gentlemen, this is it. I'll probably see you. No. In fact, I promise to see you next weekend. Same time, you and I, our Saturdays will never be the same because we always have this date. And just to give you that number that I promised you, for those who are looking to also give us those text or WhatsApp or through to the Empowerment Podcast, that number is 065 615 6641. We do want to hear from you. We do want to hear what you're thinking and how you'd like us to go about things going forward. So, Ayo, thank you very much, my brother. To our listeners, you take care. Then bye for now.
Bye-bye, guys.
Bye.